You knew it was coming. A queue. Don't we live our lives in a queue? I mean, everything we do is in a queue. Go to Walmart, go to the motor vehicle, go to a drive-through. Now, again, what's different with the STL version is that they handcuff you again to have you make sure that you treat it like a queue. Now, I bring that up because, picture it for just a minute. We're on a line at Taco Bell, you're all hungry, and Professor Lupoli sneaks into line and gets in front of everybody. Doesn't it piss you off? You don't want to have that feature in a queue, do you? Try going to an airport, by the way. But anyway, you don't want that feature. So notice queue has the STL version of a queue has very limited features when it comes to functions. Very limited. And again, they do that on purpose to make sure that you have structural integrity of the data structure and that you handcuff to not, basically mistreating it. Let's put it that way. We've talked about that before. Now, the other part I want to bring up is that this time, very much like stack, and you saw it in the code that I gave you, you have to include queue this time. And that will have all the code come with it that's already done for you. You don't have to do a darn thing except for create that custom object that you want that queue to be a part of. Now remember, a queue is supposed to be first in, first out. So if we're all traveling to Taco Bell and Jim gets there first and Jason and then me, it should be Jim, Jason, and me who end up exiting out of there getting our food. So it is first in, first out. And there's so many different applications for queue, it's ridiculous, and you've lived through most of it. That's the setup for and theory of a queue. So another feature of a queue that we have to be careful about is maintaining not really the order, but, well, think of it this way. 0 is at the head of the Taco Bell waiting line to get our order and get done and go from there. What happens if 0 gets their food? Don't you hate it when the people in front of you and in the line there, they get their food and they stay there? It pisses you off, doesn't it? You want them the hell out of there so that you can then move up. That's exactly what needs to happen when we have a push, which is push into the element, but a pop, is that then everybody needs to shift up one because the one that is at the window, which is going to be 0 here, it's done. So get them the heck out of there and move everybody up one. So there's a lot of little maneuvering compared to what a stack had on, well, frankly, the overall dynamics of using a queue. So that's another feature we have to worry about in using a queue.